Hi guys, it has been a year since I've made my last video about this server setup, and there has been a few cable management upgrades that I had to make. Of course, since those upgrades had to be made, I had to connect more devices, so therefore there are cables hanging out almost everywhere. But I have tried to separate the two sides of the equation into two VLANs. So there hasn't only been hardware changes in terms of cable management, but also software changes. This side of the switch is mainly with wall sockets, long distance, and private networking. These are my server networks. And here on port 1 there is the uplink and from the router, but all of these cables are to do with the servers and the different usages of the servers. The amount of cables haven't changed. There are the same cables in there. There's the same UPS, which is getting to be quite tight, I must admit. So there are the same amount of cables, but there are not so many loops of cables around hanging everywhere. So a quick rundown of the hardware. So there is the router, which is still the pfSense. It has just recently been updated to the 2.2 version, if I'm not mistaken. Below it is a backup server that I turn on if one of the Linux servers fail. I'll tell you more in a second about that. There is a management client, so this is just an Atom PC with a Windows 7 running on it. Actually, I have upgraded the router since then. This is now running a brand new 4-core Broadwell chip in a one-use server, being very quiet. I haven't gotten around to doing the fiber upgrades to the network. I still have the fiber modules installed, but I wasn't able to build the fiber network. So right now I'm running the 4-use server and the 1-use server on a daily basis. This is just an SSD. My free NAS server is off currently, but it's a temporary thing. I'm waiting for a hard drive to come in, as one of them failed and I would like to replace it, but I don't want to have another one fail, as I don't have enough hard drives in the arrays, as I have 2. So all of these are populated with 1 terabyte hard drives, WD Reds they are, but this side is a RAID array and this side is a RAID array, and I have one of the drives, and I believe it's this drive, that has failed. I do not want to have any other drives fail, otherwise there will be a data loss. This server was not used in the when I made my last update, since I didn't have the ROM battery that is inside. And as you can see, the reason why it's showing the yellow is I still don't have it, but I needed a server that could host my websites. Therefore there's the SSD here, and there is a very minimal storage need, as this is a 120 gigabyte SSD. Down below, nothing has changed with the 4U server. It's being used as a virtualization client. It's running the 2 Windows servers plus the 16 Linux servers, running each database and website, so there is a separate machine. And there is a copy of, so there's an image on here that is copied every day onto the unused Atom-based server, so that if this server fails, I can just turn the small Atom server on and essentially get the site back up and running. I'm using a private company, fixed IP address internet here, so my internet has been upgraded. The website that I'm hosting is a private company website, so there's no public access, although we have a growing number of sites that are monitored and a growing number of users that are monitoring the sites. Therefore, more and more horsepower is needed, and we're nearing the limit of this setup at the moment. We will see what the next server upgrade will be. I might not be continuing on hosting sites myself. I might just convert into VPNs, as I have done with a few virtual machines on this server since the last video. My main production system is not here anymore, only the testing is done here, but that doesn't change the fact that I do have to run the servers. The reason why there is no monitors and dual keyboards and none of those are really needed, the reason for that is I'm not doing production work anymore. Therefore, I only sometimes need to use the console, but mostly I can just do it through the hypervisor or through PuTTY. I think this is pretty much it. Of course, there is the cooling unit that I have installed, therefore I do not have to worry in the summer about the heat generated by the servers, but I am very happy with the setup, and I think the setup will be permanent from now on, unless any hardware failure occurs, which is likely that hard drives fail. I would like to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one.